Well, good morning, everyone. Just got done with work, currently posted up at the Winn-Dixie parking lot, just waiting for my laundromat to open up so I can go in and knock out that laundry we were supposed to do yesterday. And if you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Hannibal the Vandal, giving you a candid look at daily van life with almost no money. Notice that the previous video we posted was video number 100, and that means I spent at least 100 days living in this van. So I think today, I'm gonna cook up a meal that I've been wanting to make since I started van life. So stay tuned to find out what that is. All right, now we're over by the laundromat. I got all my laundry together here. There's a lot. Now we just gotta wait for them to open up. Ran over to Winn-Dixie, grabbed a little bit of flank steak that I'm gonna use for the meal I'm making tonight. Clothes are still washing, of course. All right, back over to the laundromat. Van's right over there. Laundry is done. I should change into something warmer. I'm just in shorts and a t-shirt with this coat, but I'm lazy, so let's just go ahead and make our next stop to get ingredients for the meal. On to our next stop. Okay, we're at our next stop for the ingredient that we need. I'm going in with just shorts, t-shirt, and a jacket, so we'll see what that looks like to people. Going into Hometown Supermarket and Chinese Restaurant. Alright, everyone, got a little bit more of what I need. Now we're not going to be using a wok because I don't have one, and they didn't have one that was as small as I would like for the van, so I'm not going to worry about a wok. We're just going to use my pan, but got to get a few more ingredients somewhere else. That's our next stop. Getting ready to go into my next stop, but I'm eating a couple of these mochis first because I'm hungry. I'm hungry and I'm sleepy, so after we do this one, I need to figure out where I'm going to take my nap at. You guys aren't familiar with these kind of mochis. This is kind of a rice dough stuffed with a sweet bean paste. Nice little sweet dessert. All right, going inside. All right, that's pretty much all the ingredients I need. It's a modified version of the recipe anyway. Now I just need to figure out where I want to end up for taking a nap. Do I want to go back toward downtown? Do I want to nap here and then head that way after I wake up? It's 11. Traffic's not too bad right now. I should probably go ahead and mosey. We'll figure it out. Big surprise. I'm back next to Dollar Tree, between Dollar Tree and Home Depot. Hopefully security doesn't hassle me, but I know I want to hit the gym tonight, and we're probably going to just do the Bass Pro thing tonight since we're off tomorrow. But right now, your boy is tired, so I'm going to put these groceries in the cooler, and I think it's going to be time to get a little shut-eye, or at least lay in the bed and watch YouTube videos until I fall asleep. Talk to you a little bit. All right, gang, we've got a small bit of a problem. So it's after 8 o'clock. It's really cold out here today. It's basically 40 degrees, but I think the van's feeling a little bit colder. So I've had the propane heater running for about 5 hours. Been laying in bed, comfortable in bed with the electric blanket and everything, no big deal. And you know, not uncomfortable in the back if I wanted to move around. I was really feeling good and relaxed, so I was sleeping. Cats were laying with me, stuff like that. So that being said, I didn't go to the gym because they're going to close in like 30 minutes. But about 20 minutes ago, the heater went off. It went off like it ran out of propane. But I think I've been trying to keep a log roughly of how long I've run it. I think that's only like 100 hours at the most. You're supposed to get 200 running it on low, and I've mostly run it on low. So, but the tank does feel a little empty. So I'm in the cab right now. I'm going to run the heater of the van. Once we defrost the windshield, I'm going to run over to the Walmart I got my propane at. But before I go and get a new tank, I'm going to see if maybe the bottle warming up with the defrost and stuff gets the propane running again. But the pilot light works just fine on the Mr. Heater Buddy. It basically started sputtering, so I cranked it up to high to, you know, try to make sure, because you're supposed to do that if you think you might be having a, you know, contaminants coming through there and stuff. And it did just like if I had a green bottle running out of propane. So I think we're out of propane, which means we're only going to get about 100 hours off of these. Now, these are 20-pound tanks. They're only filled up to probably about maybe 15, I think, for safety reasons, if even that much, because, you know, you hear that a lot of these pre-filled ones, you may not get a whole lot. So that might be it. That might be, since I'm not going to a place that refills tanks specifically, and I'm just getting them out of the kiosk, I might only be getting, realistically, 10 pounds. And if that's the case, then, you know, if I'm supposed to get 200 hours and I'm only getting about 100, that's about right. So I think we'll end up getting a new propane tank. So now we'll get to try the exchange, and I guess that's what, roughly a week. So it's going to cost me like $20-something a week. So I'm just going to call it $100 a month for propane. But it does keep the van nice and warm, and it does still save me money versus those little green bottles. And there's just less waste for me to have to try to get rid of those green bottles. So I'll catch up with you once I know what's going on. Excuse me. All right, we have made it to the Walmart that has that propane kiosk. And all right, I'm going to give the heater one last check. I don't have high hopes. I feel like it is out of propane. I'm gonna try it one more time and see if it runs and what it looks like. If it doesn't, then I'll go do an exchange. Didn't really want to spend that money this week. I was hoping to at least last till next week. because next Tuesday would have been 2 weeks. I think we only got a week off of this, a little over a week. All right. It does indeed seem like it's out. Took a minute to get the pilot light to come on, and then when you turn it up to run some heat and to run the heater, it slowly dies out. So, well, that's going to hurt the budget a little bit, but we definitely need heat. It's going to be in the low 30s tonight, and they said there might be a chance of some kind of Arctic blast or something, so I definitely don't want to be stuck with no heat for that. And this will be my first time doing this, so I just shut off the valve, and what I'm going to do is push the gas thing on my heater and see if it'll, bleed the line a little bit. Hopefully that's what works. All right, gonna try to take that valve off. I got my pliers here. All right, got it off, and I got my door open, so I didn't hear any gas release or whatever, but any gas release will come out and down because it's supposed to be heavier or whatever they say, so that's what I'm going with. And the bottle is fairly light, so I'm pretty sure the can's just empty. It doesn't weigh that much now. I think it's supposed to weigh like somewhere like 17 pounds or something like that empty. That seems about right. I can hold it with one hand versus how it was the last time I got it. So we get about a week and a day the way I've been running it, and I've been running it hard. There's been some times that I've ran it for 5 to 7 hours, so we're getting use out of it versus those green bottles. It's just still an expense that I originally wasn't really planning for, which I should have, but it keeps the van nice and heated. So hopefully there's a fresh tank at the kiosk. This will be our first time trying the exchange part of this kiosk. Wish me luck. Oh boy, they're out of stock. That means plan B, right? We got to go get some green bottles in this Walmart before they close. It's 9:20. They close at I work for Walmart and I can't really remember. I think they close at 11. So try to run in here and see if they got any green bottles. The problem is Walmart tends to run out of green bottles when it gets cold too. Let's go find out. Well, at least we figured out before they close this time. If it would have been like an hour later, I just would have been screwed. So let's just hope they have some. They got some. I'll grab a 4-pack. And I still plan on cooking tonight, so I'm gonna grab just one bottle of butane just to make sure we don't run out. All right, let's get out of here. So we'll be able to at least survive today. We're gonna be back over here tomorrow, so I'm hoping that they've replenished this propane over here and we'll get our bottle tomorrow. But I got a 4-pack. As long as it's not the heater going bad, we're good for the night. I got an extra bottle of butane just in case we run out when I'm cooking. We shouldn't, but never hurts to have a spare. And I grabbed some of those Walmart brand egg rolls for $2.98. So after my discount, it came out to like $28 and some change for everything, which I guess considering isn't bad for tonight. Lucky to have made it here before they closed. This is why I miss the old days of 24-hour Walmarts. But we are here. I'm halfway debating over whether I just want to stay here tonight, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm already over here, but I don't know. Since I usually come here during the day on my day off, I kind of want to break it up. So if I go to Bass tonight and then come over here in the morning, it won't seem like I've been here for 24 hours, you know what I mean? So I am running low on gas for the van too, though. Don't get paid till we get paid for another week, so this is not money I really wanted to spend today. All right, well, let's get out of here. The cats want their wet cat food, and the good news is, since I overslept and ran this late and all this drama, Bass Pro's been closed. So let's get over here, because I am finally getting hungry. One of the reasons I didn't get up, because I didn't really feel that hungry. But now that I've gotten up and moved around and had some stress, I am definitely ready to get down to cooking. Looks like that high top Chevy Express over here. Man, I envy that high top. So the heater does run just fine off the greenie. I'm going to run it only for about 10 minutes, then I'll shut it off because I'm getting ready to cook. So the butane stove will heat up the van, so I won't have to use this till later. Good to know. I'm going to feed the cats first, because they won't leave me alone otherwise, and then I'll clean up the space to get ready to cook my meal. All right, first, got to peel and chop some garlic. Garlic's chopped and set to the side, and now we chop some broccoli. All right, broccoli is chopped. So now I prep some noodles. This is my first time using the Pad Thai style. They didn't have my usual brand, but Pad Thai fresh noodles, soft, not dried. Basically, we need to break them apart a little bit. It's so much. No, back up, big dog. Time to put those to the side. I got this flank steak that I got at Winn-Dixie while I was doing my laundry at the laundromat. We're going to slice this up as thin as I can get it. This isn't all of it. I sliced the other bit, but I'm just going to salt and pepper that bit and cook it for something later as a meal. Right now I'm going to do a little kind of marinade on it. Hold on a second. I'm going to use a little bit of fish sauce. Little oyster sauce, Thai style for me. All right. And of course, we're going to need some soy sauce. Now, ordinarily you would put dark soy sauce in as well, but I don't like dark soy sauce that much to need a whole bottle hanging out, and it's mostly just for color anyway. So I 86 that. And we need sugar. A lot of people go with brown sugar, and I have in the past as well. I just don't need a big pack of brown sugar, and I have my sugar packets that I keep. Hopefully. There we go. Drawing pepper, black pepper. We're going to mix that. Set it to the side. We're going to add some cornstarch to our meat. There we go. Usually I dilute it. I didn't do that this time. Once we add our marinade, I'm hoping that's going to kind of dilute the cornstarch for me anyway. This is what we're doing. And now we're going to add the mixture we made right to the top there. Gonna get in all the crevices. Trying to give that a little mix to make sure everyone gets coated. Oh yeah, that's looking good. All right, everyone's getting coated. Set it to the side. And while I'm waiting for that to marinate, we're going to make our actual sauce, which is pretty much the same thing. Soy sauce, for me, lots of it. Like to the point that I'm probably going to need some more soy sauce next time I go shopping. Oyster sauce. Good bit for me. There we go. I like this bottle here versus a lot of the other oyster sauces that I've used in the past. Just how it pours. It has like almost a funneling top. So it pours itself back in instead of coming out on the sides. The problem I've had with a lot of oyster sauce, they have almost the old school twist off tops. And you'll get, you know, gunk all over the rim and stuff. More black pepper. And I'm going to do some onion powder. Just a little bit of garlic powder because we already have fresh garlic. And a touch of chili powder. Now we add in some more sugar. Be enough there. Get rid of the trash as much as we can. All the cats keep trying to come over. Now we're going to mix this mixture up. And that's our marinade sauce, essentially. I got one more thing I want to do. Ordinarily, I would clean this board, but I guess I'll just risk the cross-contamination today. Put this in with the garlic, so we have onions and garlics going when we get ready to start. Now it's time to bust out the Coleman grill. Mimo, you're not supposed to be eating the onions. Cats, man. Right, I got the flame going. Because my noodles are still kind of dry for me and I've got broccoli going on, I'm going to get a pot and put a little bit of water in the bottom and let that kind of soften everything up. Pot, put your water. Just gonna let that get to a hot point. And we'll throw the broccoli in. Go ahead and get my strainer ready. They don't like the flame, but there's Waddles, Happy, BMO, and of course little Grape already ran underneath the bed. So, all right, the water's getting hot enough, so I'm going to throw the broccoli in because I want them to kind of just steam a little bit. And then, sorry, I needed two hands, but I got the stuff shoved in the bowl, so now hopefully it's steaming the broccoli through the noodles just to soften up a little bit. And then we'll be ready to really cook. Got my eggs here to the side that I'm going to crack open when it's time. All right, that's basically the way I want it. I turned the noodles one time, so now I'm moving it off to the side. There we go. Now we're ready to cook. So now we add oil, vegetable oil. Let that get hot. Oh, we might not have enough propane, butane for this one. I have to get that fresh bottle. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna switch to a fresh bottle because we don't want to run out of butane for this. There we go. Got that vegetable oil in there. Now I'm just going to let it get hot. It won't take long on this thing. Yeah, we're getting warm enough right there. Now we're going to add our garlic and onions. I'm going to mix that up a little bit, kind of infuse that oil with the flavors. Now we add our marinated meat. Spread them out, let them fry up. Obviously, if this was in a wok, it'd be a little bit quicker and a little more fast and furious, but I want to get a good cook on these on this meat, so we're going to let it stay on one side for a bit, flip it over, stir it around, get to the next step. Looks like now we add the noodles, and now we add our mixture. Let everything cook up. This is what it looks like right now. Just mixing it a little bit and letting it thicken up just a little bit. Cook down. Okay, now we're going to pour this into the pot carefully. Frying the eggs, broke the yolks, stirring them around. All right. Here's what we got. That's the finished product right there. Let's give it a taste. Make sure we get a piece of that meat, piece of that broccoli. Grab the noodles with it. There we go. The meat is tender. The noodles are cooked to perfection. Soft, but not mushy broccoli. Almost a gravy texture with the everything mixed in from the starch of the noodles and the marinade. We got a little bit of cornstarch. This is what I've been craving, everybody. It's going to be a good night. I'm going to watch a movie, eat this, and enjoy my day. Thank you for sticking around with me, those that have been watching this. We're over 100 episodes in, which means over 100 days of van life, and this is where we're at. We've had a few setbacks, but we've overcome them, and we're slowly making some progress. Stay tuned for the next 100. So I've had a good day. I hope you did as well. And as always, this is your old pal, Hannibal the Vanable, signing off.